Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a back to school haul, and I'm very excited about this. And so if you enjoy this type of content and other homeschool and lifestyle content, please remember to subscribe and let's get into it. All right, so I have a few things from Walmart and some things from Amazon to share with you. If you don't know, we're going to be living in Africa. We leave in just about 2 months and we'll be there for 6 months. And so I let my kids pick a few things at Walmart that they wanted to bring with them, kind of as either a comfort to them, right? Pencils, pens, things they like to use, or something they're just excited about to bring with them. And my oldest son didn't want to buy anything, which was fine. We belong to a charter, and so the charter pays for all of the school supplies and stuff. So like whether he bought it or not was fine. Like I wasn't really spending my own money. But he was like, I have pencils at home, Mom, and I have a pencil sharpener. I don't like pens, so I'm good. Okay. So my 13-year-old didn't get anything from the store, but I'll share some of the other stuff my other kids got. And then from Amazon, I think I got a few random like notebooks. We probably won't, not all this stuff is coming with us to Africa. Some of it's just extra supply for here at home. But then I also looked through my oldest two. They're both going to be on language arts. 7 from The Good and the Beautiful. And so I went through the supply list and made sure that we had all those things just so that we were prepared. And so those were a few of the things that I got for them. And then also my cold is still here. So if I'm like coughing, raspy, I have a mint in my mouth trying to help my voice. We just did schoolwork, so my voice is still a little bit shot. And I have a son that's not very happy downstairs. Don't worry, his dad's with him, but if you hear him screaming, there's an adult with him. He's just not in a very good mood right now. So let's get into this haul. So I think my oldest daughter, who is 12, got the most things. And so she got this sparkly. Her and my 8-year-old are similar. They like, you know, the girly sparkly things, but the 8-year-old likes purple and she likes pink. And so she got this because I was like, you might need something to like store all this stuff in. And then she thought these little tabs were cute, if that will focus. And they like to use these for marking where they are in their books. And then I recommended scissors. Obviously this will go in the checked luggage, not the carry-on. And so again, these are pink, sparkly. And then she really likes these pencils. They're just like a cheap, you know, I think it's just I don't even know if it's like considered a Walmart brand. It's the Pen and Gear, whatever brand that is considered under. I don't know. But she liked it too because she didn't have to have a pencil sharpener. Because I was like, you might need to bring a pencil sharpener if we're just using like the Ticonderoga pencils or whatever. But she's like, I like these ones because you don't need a pencil sharpener. And then she wanted a journal of some sort for while we're there. So she got this one. It has a key, you know, which to me now is laughable. Like I think of this kind of stuff and I'm like, oh, this is so funny. But then thinking back at that age and I'm like, oh yeah, I was like the same way. I had my little lock and key. I did not have a bracelet that held the key, but you know. And then the last thing she got was a whole bunch of colored pencils, which I am bringing some of these things with us, but them to you know, some of them want their own stuff that they're not having to fight or share with someone else. So that's why she got these. And then I have my 8-year-old daughter stuff already out, so I'm not like pulling stuff out of bags because that can get really loud. And so like I showed you, she got this purple bag, you know, that has kind of the sequins going on. She also got a journal, the same one. I missed this when she picked this up, but she got the same kind of journal. And she got some colored pencils. And these ones are the color of kindness. They're like a little bit more pastel-y, I guess is what you would call them. And then she got some purple scissors. Obviously it goes with the theme. And then she also got some of these tabs, but they were just a different design or whatever. And she might have gotten something else. There's a bag of stuff that I'm not sure who it belongs to, but I'll show that in a minute. And then my 10-year-old son kept it pretty simple. He got pencils, even though I had already gotten pencils too, just in case. And so he got a whole bunch, so I don't think he'll run out. He also is going to need a calculator as he's about to move into Math 7. He's finishing up Math 6 and stuff, so he'll need a calculator maybe for the end of Math 6 and then starting Math 7 from The Good and the Beautiful. He also got some scissors, and then a pencil sharpener, because obviously he has lots of pencils to sharpen. So he kept it pretty simple, and that's what he got. And then there was a few things that I just picked up that I was like, we might need going into the fall, and then also for once we're going to Africa. This is not one of those things though. I'm not sure whose these pens are. They belong to someone, maybe my 8-year-old, I'm not really sure. So we have a bunch of these pens, but then the rest of the things is kind of a group thing. So a wireless mouse, they were all very excited for a mouse. We used to have one, it broke, I think. And so they're like, oh, we need the mouse again. So when they saw this, they're like, we need to get one of those. They had lots of cute designs, but my boys are like, no, we just want a plain one. And then I got more dry erase markers. We still have a few from last year. I actually like these ones better, but they're not magnetic. So these ones will stick to our whiteboard. These ones won't. But these ones erase a lot better off my whiteboard. They're just like a liquid chalk dry erase marker, and they just come off much cleaner, whereas these I have to clean my board a lot more often. So I got some more of those just so we'll be prepared. I got tape to take with us to Africa because I just don't know what our options will be there. So I just got a few like rolls of that. And then again, like I mentioned, I got a bunch of pencils, apparently not enough for my 10-year-old. And so these will probably come with us just to make sure we're really good with pencils. And then I got a whole bunch of just these coloring books because whether we're on the plane or get bored, if they finish their schoolwork, and it's not the same as here where they can just go out and play as easily and things like that. I got these for something they could do, or even if they need to like calm down a little bit. So I got a few different ones. This one is florals. This one just has a bunch of different designs. And then this one is flowers again. They had one like with food in it and stuff, but I didn't really like the pictures in that one as much. So I don't know if my boys will like these as much, but I got those anyway. And then these are two things that I just got with my own money because this is for my 3-year-old who's, you know, basically preschooler, but he's not in the charter school. You have to be in kindergarten. And so I bought this little notebook. I don't know if he'll be ready for this. We'll see, but I just thought we'd bring it just in case. And then I just saw this notebook and loved the outside of it. And I love notebooks. Going to Africa, I have to be more a computer person than a pen and paper person because we just can't bring all those types of things with us. It'll just be too heavy and too much. But I love like good notebooks, good journals, and I just thought this one was super cute, so that's why I bought it. All right, and then I just got a few things from Amazon. Some of the things are like duplicates. Sorry, I'm trying so hard not to cough. Because they're like notebooks or something, or they're things for my oldest kids where I just needed 2 of them. So there's 2 of these. They do more like sketching and drawing type stuff in Language Arts 7 from The Good and the Beautiful. And so I got these, and obviously I'll probably take them out and put them in a bag or something because I wouldn't say these are huge. You know, they're pretty flat, so they might pack easily, but it might be easier if they're in a bag. So it's just a drawing pencil sketching set. And then I have some books already for sketching, but this was one that was recommended in the book from The Good and the Beautiful. So I was like, okay, we'll get some of these and then they can use the other ones just for fun, but this one will be specifically for their language arts. And then they also need note cards, obviously not this many, like bigger note cards. I think it's for studying or memorizing things. I can't remember for sure. And so I just got this big set because we can always use them. And then also I saw Abby from Rooted in Rest with these cute little notebooks, and she had gotten them off of Amazon, and they have different options. These ones are all lined. They have blank ones. They have ones that have graphene paper. So there's different options for different needs of your kids if they're just going to be using it as a sketchbook or maybe more for math or something. Then you could get like the graphene one. And I just got a bunch of different colors. I'm not exactly sure what we'll use these for yet. We do a little bit of journaling and having them answer a question. So they might be used for that, or we might use them for something else. And then they also, for the drawing class, drawing part of the language arts for my older kids, needed some pens. Actually, this might have been for my 10-year-old. I'm trying to remember. I think it is for my 10-year-old. And because they do watercolor, and we already have lots of watercolor stuff, and then they give them the outlines for it, but they needed some like pens, I think, to trace around some of the pictures. So I got these pens. And then again, Abby from Rooted in Rest pulled out these transparent sticky notes, which I thought was so cool. I didn't even know these things existed. So you can like put them over your book or whatever and take notes on it and not have it be on the actual page, but it's still marking stuff for you, which I just thought was really cool and helpful too if you have multiple kids, or even you as an adult looking at the same books and things, but you don't want everyone marking them up. And so they can mark it with their thoughts on these sticky notes, and then they can be removed or whatever when you're done. So I got those because I thought they were cool. And then the last thing is just this wireless audio transmitter. So one of my kids has headphones that don't have a cord. So like on the airplane and stuff, he wouldn't be able to plug them in to watch movies. And so they have these wireless Bluetooth adapters. And sorry, my son is just screaming. And you can just plug this in to this screen or whatever, and then it connects to your headphones. And so that's what he's gonna use, and then we'll use it for other things too. All right, so that is our back to school haul. I think that is everything we'll need. I might still have to look through some of their books, especially as it gets closer to Africa, and make sure we really do have everything that we need. But let me know what you're doing for back to school. Have you already done shopping? Did you need a lot of stuff this year or not so much? Do you let your kids just kind of pick things and have a little bit of fun with it, or do you just get like normal pens, pencils types of things? Put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear. And remember to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.